nice and tall. I'm just going to take my shoulders back and down. I'm just going to pop over to my right side and to my left side. And as I do, I come up tall into the center. So have your mini balls ready. So come out to the right and then out to the left. I'm going to bring my arms up into an upright row position, and then I'm going to do a rotation. So I've gone from a lateral side bend to a thoracic rotation. Okay. All right, now I'm going to bring my hands down. I'm going to stabilize the pelvis. So to begin with, to find our neutral, we're going to do a few little rocks forward and back. See how that is being today. It's always kind of far forward and far back. And then when you get into your neutral position, which I'm going to find mine now, so we find into our neutral position, we're going to keep from the hip bones here, right, the rectus abdominis, or our core muscles, our powerhouse here, nice and active, all right? So bringing your shoulders back and down. So now I want an engagement feel, an active feel here, right, all the way around, all right? So from this position, I'm going to bring the shoulders up and lower. Okay. I'm going to come up to the ears and lower. You do more. One. So I'm just trying to get as much as well as I can into my ribs. I'm going to place the hands onto the shoulders. I'm going to take the legs out a little bit wider. I'm just going to come around. That's it. I'm just going to get a really good movement in the ribs here. There we go. I'm going to take the hands down just to the side of me. I'm going to look out over my right shoulder and then over to my left shoulder. And again, so out over to your right side and then over and to your left side. I'm going to take my right arm up and I'm going to take my left arm up and I'm going to do them both together. Yeah? So I'm going to do the right arm up, I'm going to do a left arm up and I'm going to do them both together. Knees and lower, and again, so lift up one and then lift up two, last time and then together, one and then last one and two. Now with the legs a little bit wider, you're going to roll down, half a roll down and then into your extension and then into your flexion. So you're coming into your extension and then up into your flexion. And again, so think about this concave feel, really pulling into the tummy muscle up away from the floor. And again, round we go, so extension and flexion. Our last one. You know, as you come then into that flexion, you're going to really push up, away, up, all the way, and shoulders back and down. I'm just kind of like, just move the shoulders, yeah, just round we go. Just allowing the hips, everything feels relaxed. Yeah, just relax. Okay, now I'm going to place the hands on top of the shoulders. I'm just going to do 2 circles on my right side. Then I'm going to do 2 circles on my left side. And then I'm going to do 2 arm circles on my right. That's it. And then I'm going to do 2 arm circles on my left. That's it. I'm going to look over my right shoulder. Again, nice and active through the center and then out. Even though the legs are a little bit wider, we're also going to keep that neutral position in the pelvis. So the pelvis is stable, not tilting it in any way. And then we come around to the other side. And then you're going to drop your chin down towards your chest. And then we're going to lift up and through. And again, so we're going to drop down, look down towards the floor, and then look up and back and through. I'm going to take the hands down at the side of me. I'm going to swish them around. One, I'm going to bring them all the way down. I'm going to swish them around on the left side, and then all the way down. That's it again. Round we go. Inhale, exhale, and then round to the other side. I'm going to bring the hands up into a prayer position. I'm going to open my door. In with some rotation and then to the other side. And again, so into rotation over to your right side and into rotation over to your left side. I'm going to lower the arms down. I'm going to circle around right and left. I'm going to bring the arms forward and I'm going to come into a little sit down. As I stand up, I'm going to bring the arms back. So I'm going to into a little swing and back. Yeah, and again, down we go. One and back. And one more time. All right, now just bring the hands up. Now take them into that rotation. All right, now come down into a little squat and then lift up, back into rotation. So I'm now dropping the arms down. So I bring it down, take them down and then lift, yeah? So it's an opposite arm movement that we normally do. So I'm going down and lift last time. Open, and then we come down and lift. Now from here, lower the arms down, take them down to the side, you can come further back. I'm going to open it up, come up into our front raise, open the chest, and then come back in and lower. Okay, and again, so I come 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. Now I'm going to come up and open, I'm going to stay there. I'm going to bring the right arm over the top, and then the left arm over the top. So I come up and over, and then up and over. I'm going to leave the arms where they are, and keeping the shoulders down, and then I'm going to rotate. So we're doing lateral flexion, rotation. Okay. And again, and a little bit of scapular retraction as we bring back those arms. Okay, now let's put all this together. So close and lower. It just begins to sort of like move the shoulders. That's it. Just kind of relax and move. Let's take the hands on top of the shoulders and let's come around. 1 and 2. Now on the other side. 1 and 2. Now a big arm circle on the right. And 2. And then a big arm circle on the left. Okay, now let's bring the arms up into a front raise and open. Bring the right arm over the top. Now rotate on the left side. Bring your hands together and then back in and lower. You're going to do it on the other side. So I come up and open. You're going to bring the left arm over to the right. Now I'm going to do a rotation over from my right side. Then I'm going to bring the arms in and lower. I'm going to come up into a prayer position. I'm going to come around. And then I'm going to leave the arms where they are, and then I'm going to come into a sit down. All right, so I'm not going to sway the arms back, not yet. Then I'm going to sit down. Okay, and again, so round we go, and then down, and then one more time. Round we go, and down. Okay, lower the arms down, tap forward on the right leg and the left arm, and then to the other side. Okay, so just a little tap. Just get used to some balance work, and then out to the side. That's it. To the side. Out we go. Okay, and now into a little hip extension. So you're going to push back, so just a tap, or you can lift the leg if you're ready to. And then I'm going to do 4 little sit downs. So I'm going to come down for 1. That's it. And 2, and 3, last time, and 4. Now let's do 1 of each on the legs. So we're going to do 1, so right and left, then out to your side, right and left, and then right and left into your hip extension. And then we're going to go into a little slow sit down. Now we're going to do it all on the right leg. So you're going to do 1 and then your side, and then come back, and then into a slow sit down, and then to the other side. So 1, and then 2, and then back 3, and then 4. I'm going to pedal push the feet. I'm just going to lift up each heel. Just going to come back a little bit. I'm going to lift up each heel. Okay. Lift up. Now, as I'm lifting each heel, I'm going to take a single arm in. Okay. So I'm going to do a single, single, and then I'm going to bring them down. So I'm going to do a double. Okay. So it's a single, single, bring them down, and then a double. Yeah. So it's a single, pedal push. And a single, keep your feet moving, bring them down, and then a double. Okay, one more time. It's a single, and another one, a single, and then bring them down, and then both arms up and lower. Now they come down, we're going to come up and open. Right arm over the top, rotate to the left, bring your hands together, and then lower down. Give me 2 slow squats. We'll start to put this little sequence together now. Okay, now bring the arms up again. Now the left arm comes over. That's it. And then you're going to rotate on your right side. And then bring your arms in, and then 2 slow squats. So down 1, and then one more time, and 2. You're going to tap forward on the right. You're going to tap it out to the side. You're going to take it behind you, and a little squeeze at the bottom, and then down. Yes, on the other side. So 1. And then just try and keep this leg nice and light, so you're not bringing it back into a step. I'm going to lunge back onto my right leg. I got forward. Lunge back on the right, and then I'm going to lunge back on the left. Yes, it's a nice big step. If you don't want to drop the knee and you want to stay in a calf stretch, then you can do so. All right, and again, 2 more. I'm going to then change this into a hip extension. So into your little hip extension, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, so I'm going to go back on my right. I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to do a hip extension. I'm going to go back on my left. I'm going to bring it in, and then I'm going to do a hip extension. I'm going to change it again. So I'm going to come back. Now I'm going to lift up into a hip extension. I'm going to come back down into a lunge and close. So back into a posterior, lift into hip extension, back down and close. Let's use the arms. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, take the arms up. 2, 3, and 4. Lift up to the top on both arms, and now let's roll that all the way down. And all the way down to the floor, all the way down, touch down, and then you're going to roll it back up. Yeah, roll all the way up, and then take your shoulders back and down. Just move it out into a little side bend. And again, there we go. Take the legs up nice and wide as we can. We're going to come out to your right side, and then lift, and then out to your left side, and lift. And again, so out to your right, and then out into your left. Okay, 2 more. Out we go. And get ready with your mini ball, because we're going to use that in a second. Out. Okay. I'm going to bring the feet back in, and I'm going to take the mini ball. All right. Now I'm just going to bring the mini ball just to my center. All right. I'm just going to be aware now of my posture. So imagine my mini ball is part of my powerhouse. I'm pressing into the ball and tucking under the glutes. The pelvis is in neutral, and I've got a lovely active connection here. Okay, so this is where I am now. From that position, I'm going to move my center ball. I'm going to take it up to the top. I'm going to come out into a lateral flexion on my right. I'm not going to collapse over to the left. Then I'm going to bring it out to my left side. Okay, I'm going to do just 1 more on each side. Now I'm going to do a roll down. Now as I do a roll down, I can step forward on the right leg. I'm going to bring the ball down. I'm going to roll it down my right leg and roll it down. And as I come to the bottom, I'm going to lift my heel. Right, I'm just going to lift my heel off the ground. Right, just like a little lift. You see? There. Bit of lift. I want a connection. Feel this now into the gastrocnemius. Hold it, you'll feel it contracted. So there's your eccentric face. Take the heel down, roll it back up, roll it back up. As you roll back up, step back in so that right foot is under your right hip. And then I'm going to go through. Now bring it up to the top. As I roll down, step forward on the left. That means I'm going to roll down into my left leg. I'm going to roll down into my left leg, and there I'm going to take my heel up. I'm just going to take my heel away. Then I want a connection there through the hamstring and into the gastrocnemius. I'm going to lower the heel down. As I do, I'm going to roll it back up. I'm going to step back in, and then I'm going to lift to the top. I'm going to bring it down into the center, right the way down to the center. I'm going to come past all the way. I'm going to press into the ball. I'm going to pedal push my feet. Yeah, can you see what we did earlier? So again, we were taking one heel off and keeping it isometric. I'm now doing a pedal push. Okay, take the heel down onto the floor and roll up. So I'm going to take the ball into the right hand, yeah, in the right hand, and I'm going to take it away, yeah, and the other side. I'm going to push it away. That's it. Now, into the right hand, push away, yeah, and push. Now, watch my change. I'm going to take it out, under, collect to the top. Out, under. So there's a lovely functional movement there, isn't it? Out, round, collect to the top. Out, down, collect to the top. So we have mini ball into both hands, elbows wide, and keeping the pelvis stable. Don't rotate it, just rotate from thoracic, those ribs. Two more, and you're going to take the legs out wide, right? Legs out wide. All right, now take the legs out wide, keep the ball where it is, take it around like you're stirring a big pot, and the other way, round we go. Yeah, so it's like you're stirring a pot, round. Now you know our halos, I want you to think that's kind of what we did at the beginning. So I'm going to come round over the top and down. The other side. Round over the top and down. So we've done like a stir the pot, and then I've taken it all the way around. One more time. Round we go. Okay, now we're going to lower the ball down. You can keep those legs nice and straight, but not knocked out. And there's your hamstring. Hold into that, press into the ball. You've got a lovely stretch into the back of the thigh. Or should I say thigh? Okay, now I'm going to leave my ball on the floor because I'm going to come down. When I come on the floor, we're going to take the ball. So I'm going to roll it up. I'm going to roll up. And I'm going to take the shoulders down, and I'm going to step back in, okay? I'm going to step back in. I'm going to finish with our little sequence that we put together. So we're going to come out, we're going to do just one each side. And round, and then you're going to lower. Let's do that again. So I'm going to come back and open, I'm going to come out and over the top, then I'm going to rotate around to my right side. I'm going to bring the hands back in, and then lower. Okay, so guys, take your mats out. I'm just going to take my camera down slightly, and we shall begin on the floor. So, you need to go and get some water. Whatever you need to do, then do so. Okay. Right, so here at the back of your mat. Again, let's stand up nice and tall. The pelvis is in its neutral. Now we're going to start to tip. The pelvis moves backwards, so as you roll down, you roll down. Okay, you're going to pull into those tummy muscles, so they'll be strong. And then you're going to walk your hands away. Just stop at your down dog. Stop here. Okay. And then I'm going to come down and walk the hands away from me. And then I'm going to just position myself where my hands and wrists are under my shoulders. And then my knees are under my hips. So we're going to go into a really, really basic press up. Okay. But it's so much better to do a basic press up and get it right than make the press up so hard we're not doing it correctly. My press up, my hands are firmly down on the ground. Okay, so from there I'm going to pull up tight through my core muscles, and I'm going to bend my elbows and then take my chest down to the floor, and then I'm going to lift up. Yeah, again, allow your weight of your body to come down to the floor, and I'm going to do a combination. I'm going to do a right arm float, and then I'm going to do a press up. I'm going to do a left arm float, and then I'm going to do a press up. I'm going to flex the foot. I'm going to do a right leg float, and then I'm going to do a press up. And then I'm going to do a left leg float, and then into a press up. Okay, so let's do it, let's put them together. So I'm going to do a right arm and a left leg, it's my Superman. Then I'm going to do my press up, and then I'm going to do that on the other side. Okay, and then I finish on my press up. Okay, so I'm going to turn to the camera. Okay, so I'm going to turn, and I'm going to bring myself around onto my side. So my hips are away from the floor, and my knees are down. Yeah, my feet are down. So I'm kind of, my knees are bent. Okay, and I'm going to lift up my top arm, and I'm going to lower down and lift up. See, I'm just lowering the hips down. I've got my top arm, you can just stay there, just because I want to lengthen. Any time I feel my waist dropping too far, I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to lift it up. Yeah? I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to lift myself up. I want some room there. I want some energy through the obliques and some room. Okay. I'm going to bring this arm down. As I do, I'm going to roll over. You see, I've come into a roll, so I'll stay on my elbows. I'm going to take the right leg back. I'm going to take the left leg back, and I come down to a plank. Okay. I'm going to drop the right knee. I'm going to drop the left knee. I'm going to drop the right and left. Now I'm going to come up on my tiptoes. I'm going to come into a pike, and then I'm going to come into a plank. Yeah, so I'm going to come up into my pike, and then into my plank. And again, up into pike, and plank, lift, and drop the knees back in. So drop the knees, then walk the hands back in, so your hands now are back under the shoulders. I'm going to do a press up, and I'm going to take the right arm away and flex the left foot. I'm going to do a press up, and I'm going to do it the other side. So they float, you see? So this one down, and then into my press up. So let those elbows wave out. Okay? Out we go, and then I come down. Now I'm going to have to turn around because otherwise I'm going to have my back to you. But I'm going to turn. I'm going to come on to my other side. Okay, can you see I've just turned? So you were in this position, yeah, and you've then turned onto your side. You're going to lower the hips up. If I feel that this is just too much, yeah, I'm going to come down on the floor. I could be here, and I could just lift up and lower. You know, I'm just lifting and lowering. Or if you've got the weight, you can then take your body weight through your shoulder and you're going to lift it up. So down and lift. Down. Again, use the other hand to bring yourself up a little bit further. Yeah. And lift up. One more time. Now bring this arm around, this one that's been here, bring it around. And then bring yourself back. Yeah? A little bit awkward because I haven't got my space. Then I'm going to take my right leg back into a float. And then I'm going to take my left leg back into a float. Okay. Now I'm going to take my right leg back into a float. Hold it there. Toe down, so flex the foot. We're going to do it 4 times. Squeeze the muscles in the bottom. So there's your hip extension. So we did our hip extensions, didn't we? Standing. 3 and 4. Okay, bring that knee in, float the left leg away, flex the foot. We come down 1 and 2 and 3 and last time and 4. Drop that knee in, walk back up, and then just coming into your little cat to cat. One more. Okay, let's now take, was in this position, we're going to get off our hands and knees. Let's take the ball and place it under our tummy. Right, so I'm going to come down on the floor and I'm going to take the ball under my tummy. Right, so there I am. So I'm now in a position where my tummy is lifted, yeah, my tummy's lifted, and then from here my hands now are in a square position. And from there here, I'm just going to push up into like a little cobra. I'm not going to take my elbows off the floor and then lower. And again, so I'm pushing up, almost squeezing my shoulder blades together. And as I lift up, I'm just pressing my glutes together. Yeah, squeeze them together. You're going to do one more. So one more. Lift. Now, I now want to move my legs, right? So when my ball is under my tummy, it's more difficult, yeah? Move the legs. I want you to lengthen the legs. So what I'm going to do now, if I'm doing a back extension, you're going to move the ball and place it under the pelvis. And under the pelvis, you're going to take it down into the ground. Right? Now, I'm going to lift my right leg up. See my movement now. Look at this movement now. The ball is under the pelvis. I'm going to lift up from the heel, and as I lower it, I'm going to come into a back extension. As I lower, I then lift up on my left heel, and then down. I want the movement to be a lengthened feel, yeah? Not just a leg lift. So lengthen. And lower. As I lower, I come into my back extension. I come down, I lift and lower, and there I come into my back extension. Okay. I'm going to put my hands just at the side of me. I'm going to move the mini ball. I'm going to place it in front of me, and I'm going to do a child's pose. All right, now, talk about mini balls under the pelvis and tummy. I'm going to place the mini ball here. This is going to be an odd one. And I'm going to just lie on it on my hip. Yeah? Just lie on it on my hip. Now, if you suffer with hip pains, in fact, a lot of people who have this sort of like issue with their, like, we may have been diagnosed with a bursitis, anything like that. When you're down on the floor and you've got tension on that bursitis, it can be really uncomfortable. So this is a nice kind of little lever there. All right, now, and I just need to come away a little bit, so I lengthen my leg. Okay, so my bottom leg is going to support me, and then my top leg is going to come up. I'm going to flex the foot, and I'm going to lift and lower. All right, so just a little lift and lower. That's it. No, our balls are not going to pop. They're going to stay there. Now I'm going to turn the toe. I'm going to turn it up to the ceiling. So I'm going to get a little bit of inner thigh now. All right, so I'm going to take it to the top. I'm going to do 3. So I'm going to push up 1, 2, 3, and lower. Yeah, and again. So 1, 2. So think about the toe. It's the toe that's coming up first. 1, 2, 3, and lower. One more time. We come up 1, 2, 3, and lower. You're going to lower all the way down, and now the knees are going to be parallel. You're going to open and close. Yeah, you're going to open and close. That's it. Open and close. That's it. Open and close. One more time. Open, open. Okay. Now, instead of closing, just drop it down behind you and extend the other leg away. Right? So I've just dropped. I've gone for an open close, and I've dropped it behind me. I'm going to take my right arm up. I'm pressing into my right foot. I'm coming off the ball, and then I'm going to bring it back down. Yeah? And again, inhale, exhale, lift off the ball. Hold it there, and then lower it down. Lovely. I'm going to come into a seated position. Right, into a little seated position. I'm going to take the middle now at the back of my sacrum. Now I'm going to come into a little half a roll back. That's it. Into a little half a roll back. So press into the ball. When we press into the ball, we engage the muscles here in the tummy, especially in the transverse. Yeah? And the transverse muscle is the deepest of them all, and it goes from the ribs to the pelvis. And just wraps around us, all the way around us like a band. It's the deepest muscle. Okay, so I want to go into the obliques. I'm going to add in a rotation. The angular side. Then we rotate. And again, do the rotation back. The last one. Do the rotation. Okay. I'm going to come off away from my ball. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. Okay. Now I'm going to move the ball, and I'm just facing you to show you it's easier. I'm going to move the ball. In fact, I'm not moving from here. Taking the ball away, and I've placed it between my thighs. Okay. I'm going to bring my hands just here, and I'm going to do a little round off. Can you see I'm doing a round off? So hands just under the thighs, and then I'm going to lift up tall. That's it. So back into a little round curve. I feel it just at the bottom of my sacrum, like coccyx. I'm just rolling over and then lifting up. Yeah, and again, I'm rolling through, still squeezing the ball. And on my next one, when I roll up, I'm going to come down, and as I roll up, I'm going to take my hand to the side of the head, and I'm just going to rotate out. But the part I want is not just this, that. Okay, it's not. It's here, as I lift up, hand to the side of the head, lift tall. out of the ribs. Look into your corner. And again, let's do the other side. Into a little flexion. Lift tall. Out into rotation. In and lower. And again, so you come back. You lift up. Hand comes to the side of the head. And you pull out of the ribs. And again, down we go. So you've got a lovely rotation as well. Round. Hand. Lift. Tall. That's it. Okay. Bring the ball out. Come around the other side and pop the ball under. Alright, so pop the ball under. So my supporting leg is down, and I'm just going to take a top leg away, flex the foot, and I'm going to lift lower. Making sure these hips are both stacked. There they are, one on top of one another. Lift and lower. That's it. Lift and lower. At the moment, my toe is facing forward. In a moment, I'm just going to switch it slightly. Just doing a leg float up and a leg float down. Up we go. Inhale, exhale, down. Inhale, inhale, exhale, down. One more time, and then we're going to change the foot. So I'm going to now notice I'm just turning the toe. Then I lift it up. It's much harder in this position. Oh, lift up and lower. Okay, one more, and I'm going to pulse it. Now you know what I want. You're going to pulse it up. You're going to do 1, 2, 3, and lower. Oh my goodness, this leg feels so heavy. 1, 2, 3, and lower. Let's do 2 more. And then we've got that clam. 1, 2, 3, and lower. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and lower. Now bring it down, parallel. Okay, parallel. Lift and lower. So you see I'm doing a knee open and a knee close. Notice I'm not moving here. I'm not rolling over on my ball. Yeah, it's an open and close. And again, open and close. Now my next one, we're going to open it. Right, we do it together. You're going to take that foot down and then just behind you. And there I go. I'm going to press into this leg and I'm going to lift off my ball. So I'm going to lift up and I'm going to lower down into my ball. Yeah. And again, so lift up. If you can't come off your ball and you haven't got the strength in your shoulder, just lift. Yeah, just like a little lift up. Just peel off the ball as much as you can. You haven't got to take all your weight off it. Okay? And then bring it down. Lovely. I'm now going to come up to a seated. And I'm going to the edge of my mat. And then from there, I'm going to take the little mini ball here. And I'm going to roll back. As I roll back, I'm going to take the ball. I'm going to tap it down behind me. I'm going to bring it over the top. I'm going to bring it up and through, yeah, up to a full roller, and then I'm going to lift up. Now, as I come back on my next one, as I come back, I'm going to take the mini ball behind me. Okay, now leave the mini ball there. Bring the feet in. All right, now tilt up and through. Bring it into a bridge, bring the ball over, and then place the ball at the back of the sacrum, not at the lower part of your back. Open out through the arms, and then we're just going to lift up, staying in that neutral position as we lift and lower. Yeah? Lift, inhale, exhale, and again, up we go. Now I'm going to take my right leg up and my right hand in the heel of my hand into my thigh. And I'm just going to press. I'm resisting 50-50. Yeah. So I'm pressing into my thigh and I'm pressing into my hand. Can you feel it then engage? Can you feel that in the hip? in the glute, into the adductors, hip extensors, and down. Okay, and the other side. Lift up, lock on that core, hold it there, and just press it in. Okay, then lower it down. Open that arm and then tilt off the ball. Inhale and then exhale down. Press into the ball. The moment you're down in the ball, you come up. Inhale and exhale down. You've got 2 more. Inhale, squeeze it off the ball. Your muscles in your bottom, you want to activate them. And lower. So any hip issues, osteopenia, osteoporosis, bursitis, anything going on, tendon issues in the hip, these muscles here, biggest ones, remember the gluteus maximus, this is what we need to concentrate on, get these strong. Move the ball and roll down. Okay, take the right ankle across the left knee and then just bring that in. Hold that there. Hold it into that stretch. Now I'm going to bring my head, neck and shoulders up. That leg that's across me, I'm going to take it into my chest. Yeah, and then I'm going to change. So I've turned it into a single leg stretch. Yeah, down we go. And through. Yeah, and again, 2 more. 1 and 2. Now you're going to bring both feet down onto the ground. Take your head, neck and shoulders down and then just begin to pulse the arms. Yeah, so into like a little 100. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to take your head, neck and shoulders up, then please do. In 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you want to come back to a tabletop, you can. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest the head, neck and shoulders down. Take the left ankle now through on top of the right knee and then just catch it through. Okay, so just hold it there. And hold it there into that stretch. And we're going to do the single leg stretch, finish it on the left leg. All right, we're going to finish it on the left. So you hold your stretch, then lift the head, neck and shoulders up. I'm going to take the left leg and extend the right leg away. And then I'm going to change. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Take your legs into tabletop, drop your head, neck and shoulders down on the floor, and then to finish it into 100. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice that you're staying in neutral, so you can lift up if you want to, but you're not going to imprint the spine down into the mat. It stays in its neutral. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4. And rest. So we ended up doing the 100, but we split it 50-50, which is much nicer than doing them together. Take your feet down on the floor and then just release side to side. There, we finish in silence. Okay, bring your knees in, head, neck and shoulders away, come around onto all fours. There we go, and then into your extension flexion, as we always do. Now, we're going to go into a cat-cat and a cow-cow, all right? So, we're coming up into a cat. Okay, I'm going to push back into my second cat, yeah? From that position, slightly back off my knees. I then turn it into a cow, and I come forward into a cow. Can you feel the extended stretch? So up into a cat, cat number 2, into your cow, cow number 2. Do you feel the stretch change? Yeah. And again, up into your cat 1, cat 2, cow 1, cow 2. Neutral position, tuck the toes under and then drop it down into your down dog position, and then when you're ready, walking your hands in, hands on the feet, and then you're going to roll up all the way to the top. Okay, I think we're all there now, all present. Okay, just move my mat. Okay, just circle around the right arm and the left arm, interlace your hands, and then just round off the upper back. There we go. And then change, open through the chest. Not a lot of time to stretch because we've run out of time. Okay, and then from there, just take your right arm across, look over your right shoulder, and then to the other side. Just going to do a little quad stretch. Okay, and then just take a wall, something just to hold on to. Pull the heel in towards your bottom, knees nice and close together, and stand up tall. So feel the stretch into the front of the thigh, into the quadricep. Big muscle group there. And then swap it